We have 3 minutes and 15 seconds until the puck drop. Starting out the game for the Lady Rough Riders versus the Colorado 14ers. All right, we're down to the 20 seconds until warm-ups are done. We'll get the game started. Here we go. 14ers are coming out on the ice with 16 skaters plus a goalie. Lady Rough Riders are coming out with 14 skaters, and we have 2 goalies for this game, Cora and Maddie. On the ice we have Sasha and Emily for defense. Looks like we have Millie on wing. Haley, number 84, on the other wing, and face-off was Mackenzie, number 23. We're already down on the 14ers, down right on the edge of the goal. Some pushing and shoveling, some jockeying to find where that puck was at. Take it out into the corner, back to Emily. Emily puts a shot on goal. The goalie had to get a leg peg down. Kinsey putting some pressure on over in that corner as 14ers go long across the ice. 14ers bury it deep in that far wall corner. Oh, Maddie just did four separate stops as the 14er just kept getting her own rebound smacking until Emily got back there and got some backup for Maddie. Emily doing a centering pass, a little scary there, but she's trying to get it up to Mackenzie on the edge of our goal. Sasa giving chase over into the far wall as 14er loses the edge of the puck as it goes out of the zone. 14ers resetting, one going solo down into the zone. Puck went wide. Harper S is on the line now. She's taking it down center ice from blue to blue. She's around and she takes a shot and it's in, top of the net. That's a great first 10 seconds on the ice for Harper S as she gets on for second shift. Good celebration. It's a good way to start out this game. As a review, we have played the Colorado 14ers competitive team twice now. One tie and one loss. That loss was in the final 30 seconds of our last game with this team. So we're coming out hot, which is a good sign. Harper doing face-off. Kathleen, number 9, on wing. Looks like I see Maddie Benish out there as the other wing. Evelyn and Georgia Marsh for D. A little back and forth across our blue line as the puck is dumped across the red line. Not the best of passes from the 14ers as they got it pretty deep into their zone. Maddie Benish blocking it before it could get out. Georgia waiting as she's getting beat up over in front of the 14ers bench. Kathleen up to Harper. Harper across the blue line, but she's got 3 on her. It's not a fight that you normally win. Somebody was down there backing her up. Evelyn was down there backing her up, but there's a breakaway. No D. It's all Maddie. Maddie got a shoulder on it and was able to deflect the puck out. So the breakaways we don't want to have. We're down to 12-20 in this first period. All right, we got a puck across the ice. No icing. I think 14er touched it at our blue line. We're giving chase as it gets all the way back out to the red line. An offside on Rough Riders as we are pretty deep in the zone. Looks like we're going to have a face-off at center ice. Amelia is doing our center, and number 6 is our wing. I'm not sure why we don't have more players on the ice. There we go. Lindsay's on the ice after the puck dropped. We have Kat and Emily on D in the back. Puck across. Kat had a bit of a stick on it, but it bounced up and over as 14er batted it. The 14er was on Kat, and she was able to get a backhand on it and get it out across the blue line. Lindsay over on that red line trying to get it away from a 14er. Emily able to get a stick on it and kept it from going too far deep. Shot off the back of Emily. Shot toward goal, but off Emily again. She is in the way, and that's what we need. Shot toward goal, went way wide, went back behind Maddie as Ann picks it up on this near wall. She gets a cross ice to Lindsay. got picked off as a 14er came in hot. Shot toward goal off Maddie. Looks like we have Ann down in this corner getting some help by Amelia and Kat. Shot toward goal. Oh boy. Those centering passes across Maddie, our goalie, is not a good way to do it. Now Mackenzie flying off our bench. She grabbed a pass on the 14ers. She was battling out, kicking it like a soccer player. She had 3 players on and she still won out. We have Millie out there, number 45, helping out. There's a bit of a rush. Looks like we have Georgia on the ice. Maddie getting a great stop in the glove as there is a shot on goal from the 14ers. We're down to 9:57. Lady Rough Riders lead the 14ers by 1. Georgia getting all the way up to that red line as there's some pushing and shoving going on. Back to Sasha. Sasha passing across the blue line, across the center. Tried to get to Millie, but 14ers picked it up just over our blue line. Fourteeners desperately trying to get control of the puck as we're just pestering them. But they are doing a good job keeping it in our zone. One of the 14ers brought the puck all the way back across the ice into their zone, drew us in pretty deep. Looks like we have a couple new players on. Looks like Evelyn Harper. And Maddie Benish. Shot on goal by the 14ers. Maddie was able to cover it up. With Harper doing the face-off, she wins it. She gets it back over to, looks like that's Kathleen. Kathleen is pushing it all the way down in, number 9, gets all the way to their goal line as she ties up one of the 14ers behind the net. Maddie trying to send her out a shot toward Harper. She's sitting on the front doorstep ready to take another shot. Back to Evelyn. Just at the blue line, Evelyn tries to keep it, but it is just over. Delayed offsides. 14ers are already rushing into our zone. Shot on goal as Maddie was able to swat it away. She's trying to get a glove on it with 3 14ers on the doorstep. She was able to smother it up. We're down to 7:52 in the first period. Looks like we got some fresh skaters out there. It looks like Lindsay, Amelia, and Sasha and Kat for our D. Sasha putting some back pressure on one of the 14ers as they come back up to the blue. I'm not sure if that was a shot or a pass by the 14ers, but we were able to take control of the puck. Georgia using the wall to get up and pass as she hops over one of the 14ers' stick. She's all the way behind. She does a centering pass back to Sasha. They get tangled up. 14ers are trying to do a breakaway. Sasha controlling that puck like a champ as she goes past all 5 of the 14ers. Gets a pass over to Ann. Ann buries it deep behind the goal line. 14ers are going to get an icing call as they put a hot one all the way across the ice. We're down to 6:56. Looks like we're getting a face-off roughly every minute at this point in this first period. Now that I said that, it won't happen again, but looks like we have Emily on the ice now and with Kat. 14ers go all the way into our zone, get a shot off almost uncontested as we are playing catch-up, and Maddie just snagged it. That was a great stop by Maddie. We're down to 6:43. It's like Harper S is out there, Amelia's out there now. With Millie on the other wing. Kat and Emily are still on D. Centering shot from the 14ers, and they went wide when the net was pretty wide open. As shot on goal from 14ers, and he was able to bounce it off the leg pad. Maddie Banish at the red line, bearing it deep. Shot on goal from the red line from Maddie as it goes all the way down. 14ers have control of it as they come across our blue line. They lose the puck as we get it across. Maddie at that red line again, taking it down the center. Backed up by Amelia and Millie. Trying to do a centering pass back. But we couldn't get control of it. Harper at that blue line got past her as the 14er got his stick on it. Evelyn was able to pick it up and get it back up to Harper. Harper trips over some sticks. She's still on her feet as she's taken it all the way across the ice. She is looking for that second goal this game. She's battling out as the Lady Rough Riders get some fresh skaters. Oh, that was a beautiful relay one-timer. Harper got it up to, I think that's Maddie Benish. And it just went off the goalie's stick. 14ers are just desperate to get over that line. They were able to at that point. Harper, no, Kathleen got a good back check on one of the 14ers as there's just a battle at the center ice. Harper's got it again. She's going across the blue line. She's getting tripped up and slashed all over the places. She tried to do a back pass, but there's nobody home. 14ers going into our zone, but we got, come on, let's finish this turnover at our blue line here. Georgia on the ice as she tries to get it off that wall. There we go, it's across the blue line. We can get some fresh skaters on the ice at this point. 14ers from the red line goes across. There's an icing on them again. We're down to 4:06 on the clock in the first period. Looks like Amelia's doing our face-off. Lindsay in the far wing. Kat and Georgia on D at this blue line. 14ers were able to get that face-off, but they had a bit too much of a win on that as the puck went across the blue line, got reset. Kat saving that blue line, and she centers it. Oh boy, almost made it to the goal as everyone watched it go between their skates. Georgia's saving that blue line, getting a shot, but it hits one of the 14ers. 14ers going long across the ice on a pass, shot on goal. It went high, and I think Maddie had a glove on it, so it got knocked up toward the glass. Looks like the Lady Rough Riders buried the puck pretty deep across that red line, so we have an icing against the Rough Riders at 3:17 in this first period. Looks like we have Kathleen as center, Emily on D, Sasha on D, Millie and Haley, number 84, for our other wing. Turnover, the red line is the 14ers keep trying to do some long passes, but we're there. Emily tried to get it past one of the 14ers. It bounced off her as she gets a shot on goal. Millie buries it along the back wall up to Haley. Haley tries to get up on this wall. 14er was able to stop it. Mackenzie's back in possession as she skates behind Maddie, looking for an opening to get out of here. Emily was able to get it up to center ice. 14ers back into our zone with Sasha on the ice. All right, we got Haley bringing it across the blue line. She's got 4 of them on her. She's looking for an open area. 14ers goalie decided to cover it up. Got a little nervous as the Rough Riders were there to get any kind of rebound. Face off of 1:41 in this first period. Looks like Evelyn and Georgia on for D. Harper S wins that face-off, gets it over to Kathleen. Kathleen tries to rip a shot off, but the 14er was right there. Evelyn saves the blue line again. Centering pass by Harper. Oh, and it's in. We got a little back and forth. I'm not sure who got to who, but Kathleen just got goal number 2 in the first period at 1:24 against Colorado. Looks like orders skaters. It goes Kathleen and then Harper for an assist. Maddie giving some love down there, giving the high five glove. Well deserved. The girls were on it. Same crew out there. Shot on goal by Georgia. 14ers are just sitting on the puck. No whistle call. I don't know. It's almost a delay of game there. I think the ref kept telling that goalie to play and she just kept it covered up. Fourteeners trying to get a shot off. Not sure who got an arm on that. Looks like Kathleen got an arm. She gets a shot toward goal. She gets it across the 14ers blue line. Harper S down there putting some pressure on it as it gets out across the blue. Kat tries to get it back in. 14ers were able to bat it away. Sasha picks it up on this near wall. She comes in from this near corner around the back of Maddie. Doing around the world here. Lindsay bats it out, gets right over the blue. Ann's got it. She is, she almost had a breakaway there. 14ers buried it deep behind our zone. Ref waved off any kind of icing. Back to Ann across center ice. Those center ice passes are scary. My vote is we shouldn't do that to poor Maddie. All right, that's the end of the first period. Got about a 60-second break from the commentary, and we'll be back out here for a 15-minute second period with the Lady Rough Riders leading by 2. All right, there's the whistle, the wave. The ref is ready for this game to get going here. It's 5 o'clock, or coming up at 5 o'clock here in Colorado. Make a joke about it's 5 o'clock somewhere, I think is what the ref is thinking. All right, goalie's given a blocker glove. Good luck as we switch sides. Amelia, number 64, is doing our face-off. Lindsay's coming out on this near side. Not sure who's on the far side. I see Sasha and Emily. That was Ann out there doing that far side. 14ers are quick. They got back all the way into our zone. Shot toward goal. Went really wide. No goal. No goal. We're given a goal. I guess we're getting no goal. I'm not sure what happened there, but the ref waved off any kind of goal. I was distracted by Amelia going across the ice, plowing snow, as I think she was tripped. It's like we have an... I got a ref sign to the other ref as, "Are you watching the puck?" Since we have been on the wrong side of a waved off goal when it was clearly a goal by a ref, we are... I have a feeling that might be the same ref that waved off our goal during Silver Sticks. Can't change history. All right, we got some back and forth as Evelyn tries to pass across to Georgia, but 14ers doing a lot of pressure right there. Puck at center ice as Ann tried to get to a first 14er that had the longer stick there. Georgia's got it behind our net. She is just getting pestered with 14ers. All right, we're across the blue line. Lindsay just plowed into one of the girls who charged her and lost her stick. Turnover here as the puck went across the blue line. 14ers all the way back into our zone. Off Maddie. Maddie was able to get on it. George is down here against the wall. She gave the other player a little smack on the face. I'm sure it was purely saying how good of a player she is. Shot on goal. Maddie was able to cover it up. Nearly 5 minutes gone in this second period. We're down to 12:47. Looks like we have some fresh skaters out there. Looks like Mackenzie, Millie, Haley, Sasha, and Kat on D. Haley tried to drive to the red line, but wasn't able to get past it. 14ers were all over her. Oh, Maddie just did a great butterfly, got the puck right before it went in as we tried to skate it right in front and lost possession right in front of her, and they got a shot off. All right, got some new skaters on the ice. Looks like we have Maddie, Harper, Kathleen. Sasha and Kat are still our D. Turnover behind our net. 14ers going to try a blue line shot, but it went wide and they tried to tip it in. Oh my gosh, blow the whistle. Maddie got a hold of that puck with her glove. 14ers had about 3 or 4 rebounds as they kept smacking it on her. We're down to 11:56. Our D is changed out for Emily and Georgia. Harper won that faceoff, got back to D. Emily up to Harper. Harper across the ice to Maddie. Ben. Whoa, little camera problem there, sorry. Fourteeners buried deep into our zone. Georgia was there to pick it up. It's back out. Kathleen able to use the 14ers as she used it to bounce it all the way across. Harper sends it across the center ice, but we weren't there to grab it. George at the red line. She buries it deep. No icing, no icing. Some angry parents screaming that that was icing. I think it's on that same ref who didn't see it. You can only call what you see, right? 14ers trying to do a centering pass from behind our net. Harper picks it up. She's all the way back in their zone. She has no one in front of her. She puts it in. Goal number 3 for the Lady Rough Riders. Goal number 2 for Harper at 10:40 on the clock in the second period. I think the coaches had some good words with the girls that they need to come out here and win this game. Got a face off Amelia winning that one. Lindsay's on the line back over with Ann on the far side with Evelyn and Kat for our D. Some back and forth as it goes to the red line to our blue line, back and forth. 14ers buried it deep. Kat picks it up in that far corner. Tries to get out to Ann. Ann's trying to battling out. She's able to tie up one of the 14ers as the puck almost made it across. 14ers thought it made it over. 14ers looking for a centered shot. Oh, tried to do a red line edge shot on Maddie. It went way wide. Good shot by the 14ers, number 14, but the puck went way wide. Puck gets loose. Lindsay gets it across that blue line. She tries to hold on to it before the 14ers get it back across our blue. No icing call against the Rough Riders as we are back in the 14er zone. Evelyn keeps and saves that blue line, gets it over to Ann. Ann's in that far corner. Tries to get it. Amelia tried to get over to Lindsay, but the 14ers were on it. It's back to Kat across the blue line. Kat's looking across the blue. She just gets it across, so no offsides. 14ers tried to go a long haul across the ice. Evelyn was there to get the stick on it. She is trying to keep it away from one. Keeps it away from two. Tries to get out the blue, but a 14er just flew onto the ice, was able to save that line. Oh, that's a big open gap. We don't want that. Maddie saving the day right there. There's a huge drive a car through its size shooting lane. Millie takes it all the way across the ice. So I'm talking about car parking spots, and gets a shot on goal. The 14er goalie covers it up. We're down to 8:29. Sasha and Georgia on D. Kathleen on center for face-off. She's battling out. Millie's over here on this near wall wing. And Amelia out there on the far wing. Good battle down right in front of me. I'm sorry I didn't pan down. 14er tried to do a quick shot, but the puck kept moving when she took a swing at it. Mackenzie winning out a battle as she pushes one of the 14ers out of the way. Georgia getting along the wall as she gets her own rebound off another player. She's putting on pressure all the way back in. 14ers get it across as it looks like they're trying to fish us back in there. Georgia, center ice, grabs it, puts it in deep, no icing call. We got some fresh skaters on the ice. Looks like Kathleen and Maddie Benish. Mackenzie just, oh boy, that looks like a call against Kathleen as she hit one of the 14ers into that far wall. That is going to be a power play for the 14ers and a penalty kill for the Lady Rough Riders. We're going to have a face-off on a penalty kill at 7:09. Harper on the face-off, she wins it, tries to get back to Emily, and Emily went chasing after the 14er. 14er shot up and over and got it in our goal. I think Maddie was getting screened there. All right, we have that penalty kill is gone since 14ers got that goal. We now have a 3-1 game at 7:03 in the second period. Sasha and Emily on D. Lindsay and Ann and Amelia. There's our front line. Amelia there to save a centering pass. 14ers trying to do a top of the point shot. Gets knocked down by Maddie. And it's crossed the blue line as the 14ers regroup. Ann's just putting some great pressure using that speed she's got. Gets over to Sasha. Sasha brings it down the center and it gets loose. 14ers used that and brought it straight down the center and got a chipping shot up and over Maddie's shoulder. That is tough to block a shot when they're on your doorstep. 14ers now 2, Lady Rough Riders 3 at 6:29. About 35 seconds since their last goal. Kenzie on face-off, she wins it. 14ers rush in and grab it. They're back in our zone. 14ers looking for a centering pass as Millie is just putting the pressure on. Georgia back behind looking for an open lane to get some speed up. 14er loses her skates trying to keep up with her. She's all the way across. She's going in for a shot. Oh, and a 14er works on her heels. She wasn't able to get a clean shot off. Shot went wide by Mackenzie. Fourteeners getting up some speed as Sasha comes out on the ice and puts some pressure on. That is going to be no icing call. We're down to 5:14 as the 14ers put a puck all the way across the ice, but it looks like it's going to come up short from an icing. Pass from Sasha all the way up to Maddie Benish. Maddie Benish gets a tripping call. The 14er put her leg out and Maddie caught it and got knocked off her skates. Like Maddie's staying on the ice. Harper is in. George is in. Evelyn's in. Kathleen's in. Harper wins that face-off. She gets it over to Maddie. 14er was able to barrel between them and get a hold of that puck, passes back. They're able to get it across the blue line. George is on it as she takes it across this red line. 14er saw that happening and stopped it before it got too far. There's a 14er on her back as we're just right down here at the blue line. Somebody chipped it in deep into the 14er zone, gets to the red line. We are on the chase. Kathleen was able to get to the puck first. George is on it across this red line. She backhands it into that zone. Harper's putting pressure as they go just across and back into the zone. Harper S putting some, 14er, 14 to 14er, they did a open pass to the red line. Nothing. Maddie Banish brings it in as she goes past 1 and 2. 14er is able to block out that lane. Kathleen did a side shot, went parallel with the goal line, hit the goalie stick, went airborne. 14er pushed Maddie out of the way so she couldn't get that rebound. All right, there's a turnover. It's another tripping, but no tripping. Stick between Harper's legs. As Harper went tripping and the 14er lost her stick. Got a 14er coming off the bench, cherry picking as Georgia picks it up and goes in. Almost uncontested. And a goal by Georgia. That is goal number 4 for the Lady Rough Riders. Georgia. I think that was unassisted at 3:06. Rough Riders 4, Colorado 14ers 2. Looks like we have Lindsay and Amelia on the front line, Kat and Sasha on D. Puck is loose back behind the 14ers goal. 14er picked it up as Amelia was able to get a stick on it as she was just blindsided. And now we have a call, checking call against the Rough Riders. We're on another penalty kill with 2 minutes and 44 seconds on the clock. Amelia's in the box. We don't want to be playing penalty kill with 2 minutes on the clock when we've got a lead. Emily Sasha for our D. And doing the face-off. She wanted, but the puck went back to the 14ers and Kathleen. Back-handed shot by the 14ers right into the chest of Maddie. She was able to cover it up, make sure there was no rebound. Hands on that face-off. Emily in front of the goal. Sasha taking this near point. Sasha across the ice. Good angle shot. No icing call. As an excellent time waster, as there's new rules allow for icing on penalty kills. 14er brings a shot all the way down the ice from her goal line. Gets a shot on Maddie. Maddie blocks it off. 14er goes for a rebound and still misses. We're under the 2-minute mark at this point. Minute 11 on the penalty clock before Amelia is let out of jail. 14er bringing it all the way back into the zone. Sasha puts pressure and gets a stick on that puck. Gets loose behind it. Emily is right there to say, no, you shall not pass. 14er, number 14, taking a scary shot. a relay pass slash shot from two more 14ers. Gets it up to Haley. Haley gets accosted at the center ice. We have Kathleen flying out from the bench. She comes on the ice, putting pressure on it. Backed up by Emily as it gets into this neutral ice. 14ers try and get it out of the zone. Man, I don't know how that's not a trip against the 14ers again. Mackenzie was airborne at that moment. Shot from the 14ers. Oh, Maddie is a champ out here today as she gets another really fast shot on her. She gets a leg pad down. We're coming up to 35 seconds. Penalty kill is over. We're back full as another shot toward goal. It bounces off. It hit Maddie in the helmet as it goes airborne, went back behind the goal. We're trying to get it out of the zone. We got it out. 14ers try and hit one of their own players by a centering shot. We need to get control. Sasha up to Haley. Turnover at the red line as Haley's battling it. We're down to the final few seconds. That buzzard's going to go off. I think the girls are ready for some time on the bench. That was a really long shift as we were doing that penalty kill. 60 seconds and we will be getting into the third period, the final period of this game. All right, there's our whistle. Haley, Millie, Mackenzie for our front line, Evelyn and Georgia for our D as we're back for this final 15 minutes. Good face-off win by Mackenzie as it gets back to Evelyn. Evelyn tries to get it. Oh, it gets a turnover at the blue line. Shot toward goal. Maddie bats it away with her stick. Let me get this into frame, sorry. All right, we had a bit of a relay. It is going to be an icing call on the Lady Rough Riders as we put a little bit too much heat as we're trying to get that puck out of the zone. Kinsey out there again on that point. She wins it, gets it over to Millie. Georgia and Millie are going on the outside wall. Georgia to Millie. Back to Georgia. Georgia centers it. Oh, it was so close. Backhanded blind shot by Mackenzie. So many people falling to the ice. The ref shaking her head. 14er back down to our zone. Georgia putting pressure on, forces her to get a wide shot. Maddie shrugged it off. 14er got a rebound and put another shot on goal as Maddie covers it up. Maddie was all over it. So fresh skaters on the ice. Looks like we got Maddie in that far wall. Harper winning that face-off. Kat and Kathleen out there. Oh, whistle blow. Little premature by the ref. We'll take it as the puck was still in play. He gave a big whoops gesture. Face off at 13:40. Puck is loose across the ice. Kathleen putting pressure with Maddie. Maddie getting a stick on it. Kathleen backing her up, keeps it in the zone. She chips it across the ice as Harper gets over in that corner. There's some back and forth as it gets past Kat at the blue line. Puck is loose on its way into our zone with Sasha looking over her shoulder to see where the 14ers are. 14ers win it. Shot on goal. No goal. Maddie was able to get on it again. It's like we're changing out the entire line on the ice here. No, Georgia's still out there. Emily's out there for Kat. And Amelia and Lindsay on the ice. Puck just over the blue line. Fourteener, real hot pass. She wasn't ready for that. She's looking for some more open ice as Amelia puts on great pressure, chases her all the way back into our zone, making sure she can't get a clear passing lane. Lindsay getting taken off her skates by one of the players' sticks. I don't know if she stepped on it. Battle on that inside wall. Georgia wins it out. She brings it across the ice. 14ers there to keep it in the zone. Emily was there as a shot toward goal, and it is an icing call against the Lady Rough Riders. We're down to 12 minutes and 13 seconds in this game. Rough Riders lead by 2. Kathleen on the face-off. Sasha and Evelyn out there on D now. Looks like Haley and Millie are out there on that front line. Puck is across the blue line as there's a battle right in front of our bench. Evelyn trying to get a stick on it, keep it out of our zone. 14ers get a stick on it and put it in deep as Evelyn goes back and retrieves as she passes up against the wall. Wrong angle, it didn't make it up to Millie. Second time it almost did. Shot. Oh, 14ers tried to get a shot. Mackenzie got in the way and took possession of it. We're back into their zone at 11:20 on the clock. There's a lot of sitting around for the girls at this point on both teams. I think they're all pretty tired. Sasha right down below here trying to get it across that red line. 14ers bury it across. No icing call. That's not sure why that was a call that way. Centering pass by the 14ers, and it went through both teams as they watched it go by. Shot toward goal. Maddie got a stick on it. Shot on goal. It's a goal as the rebound gets loose right in front after Maddie blocked one. That closed the distance between the scoreboard. 14ers 3, Rough Riders 4. Harper, Kathleen, and Maddie on that front line. Georgia and Kat for our D. Georgia gets it across the blue line. Harper relays it. 14er got to it first as she raced toward it. Yep. Good save by Harper as she tries to get from offside. Shot toward goal. Their goalie got a glove on just barely. It was a good shot. Harper again takes a shot, but it goes way wide. She had too much pressure on her. Georgia comes in at the blue line. Woo! Just on the outside of the far circle at 10:08. That is goal number 2 for Georgia. 10:08. Not only did she save that blue line, but she got a goal. Ref making sure on who got, looks like they're giving the assist to Harper. All right, Harper back on center, Kathleen on this near wing, Maddie on the far wing, Georgia and Kat on D. 14ers get a hold of that puck as they try and rush it in. Shot on Maddie. Maddie shrugs it off. 14ers get their own rebound as it gets relayed up. Harper presses the zone. She gets out across the red line with one battling her. Both the girls wanted that puck. Georgia to Harper. Harper's in the zone. She's along on this inside goal line. She does tries to wrap around. Yep, wrap around from Harper. 14er was ready for it. She gets a glove on and smothers it. That was a good shift. All right, new crew out. Looks like we have Ann, number 6, Amelia, 64, 55 for Sasha, number 10, Emily, and Lindsay, 54, I think. No icing call, even though the puck just went the full length of the ice. 14ers trying to get a shot past Amelia. She was able to get a skate on it. It bounces out of our zone. Emily's there to stop it. As it gets back in with Ann. And Emily, oh boy. A lot of back checks by those two girls. They did great. 14 was able to get a shot toward goal. Maddie had to shrug it off. Lindsay was able to get it across and into the center neutral ice. She centers it over to Amelia. Amelia gets over the blue line, but not before a 14er bats it across the ours. We're down to 8:38 as Sasha gets it all the way across the ice to Lindsay. 2 14ers on Lindsay right in front of our bench. Puck is loose as Ann, collides with one of the 14ers. Oh, those centering shot passes from the 14ers are going to give me a heart attack. Amelia able to get the puck all the way across, angle bank off the wall. 14ers picked it up and just drove it all the way into our zone. Evelyn flew on the ice and kept it from anything. Centering pass across Maddie again. Lindsay over there battling on that far wall. We're doing some blind passes to try and get it out of the zone. Kat looking for an open spot, gets it up to Lindsay. Lindsay is battling with the 14er. The puck's behind both of them. Where's the puck? Oh my God, what is happening? All the girls like stopped on the ice and started looking around, and the puck was just sitting there. I don't know if they heard a whistle. This 14er group, oh my gosh. Puck was loose and lost in front of the net. Amelia saved it and gets it back on the far wall. Oh, thankfully we got it out. 14ers are exhausted. They transferred out most of their lines as we are pushing into the zone. Haley's out there. She gets it into that zone. Evelyn battling out. Mackenzie's putting pressure, helping out Kat and Evelyn. Mackenzie's got the speed here as we try and get it up and across. Evelyn gets it centered out to Haley. Haley's going down one-on-one. She's past one. She's got one on her back. She's up against the wall. She got taken off her skates. Centering pass by Evelyn to Mackenzie, but the 14er swooped in. That same 14er brought it all the way in. As Georgia came in and, oh my God. Evelyn gets a gold star. She was just battling out big time, pushing a 14er out. As Maddie was scrambling to try and get control of that puck. Natalie Evelyn for stopping that goal at 5:45. That was stressful. Harper, Maddie. Oh. Smokes. Shot toward goal and it went wide. Kathleen's out on the ice on that front line. Georgia trying to bring it all the way out. She gets it out. Keeps taking off her skates. We're in control. Far pass up to Kathleen. Kathleen get up there. Harper is up there looking for that shot. She gets a side shot into the leg pad. She had too much speed for trying to get any kind of good shot. 14er out in front against Maddie. Sasha just giving some pressure back there. Maddie swats it away. Georgia tries to bring it along that wall. No icing call. Harper in number 25 on the 14ers, 29. As Harper gets to it, pins her. There's some pushing, shoving. Harper's got two on her now. Puck goes to the far side, or this near side wall. Sasha tries to hold the blue, gets past her. Georgia and Sasha put great pressure on her front and back, and she didn't have a chance. We took possession of it as it gets loose on that far wall. Sasha puts pressure. Georgia gets it up and across. That ref says that will be an icing as it crosses the goal line on the 14er side. Both teams are getting some fresh skaters on the ice. Amelia doing our face-off, and Evelyn, Lindsay, and Emily. Shot toward goal, it goes wide. Looks like Maddie got a stick on it as it got deflected. Centering pass and a goal. As the 14er was on that doorstep waiting. 14ers are still down by one goal. Currently it's 5-4, Lady Rough Riders lead with 4 minutes and 3 seconds as we have a face-off at center ice. 14ers win that face-off, get it back across the goal line into this near corner. Kat gets to it first. She relays up to Ann. Ann gets popped off her skates with a shoulder from a 14er. right, Ann's got it. She is solo out in front. She is going for that shot. Oh, shot just went high past the bar. 14ers trying to get across center ice. So across center ice, Sasha coming in to put pressure on. Yes, she gets a stick on it. So 14er gets a shot, then a backhand shot. Sasha gets turned over as they relay, and Maddie saw it coming and she covers it up. We'll have a face-off at 3:14. Like we have Mackenzie center ice with Haley and Millie. Shot on goal by the 14ers as they did a flying, leaping shot. Maddie covered it up. Face off 7 seconds later. Let's do it again. Preferably without the shot on goal. 14ers win that face off. George is there to block it. Emily's on it. Emily stepped on one of the 14ers' skate. Shot, long pass from the 14ers across neutral ice. Mackenzie was able to crush any of those dreams. Puck is going across the ice at 2:39 for an icing against the Rough Riders. Looks like Harper's in for Mackenzie on center. Kathleen in. Maddie Benish. Evelyn and Georgia on D. Harper working on this inside wall as she takes it all the way down. Takes it across center ice, gets it up to Kathleen. They bat it. Oh. Harper got shouldered behind the goal line. 14ers are taking it all the way back across as they're trying to get the camera back on it, so I'm watching the game, sorry. Georgia gets a hold of it. Gets turned over quickly, but Georgia recovers. She's on her way with Maddie Benish and Harper. Georgia centers to Harper. Oh, the goalie got a shoulder on it. And we have a call against Georgia. Oh boy. We're down to 1:44. We're now on penalty kill. We haven't been successful on our penalty kills up to this point. George is in the box for the rest of the game. We have a timeout by the Rough Riders. Nope, we don't have a timeout. That's the ref said get back on the ice. Mackenzie, Sasha, Emily, and Millie on the ice for this penalty kill team. Mackenzie wins that faceoff. She gets it across the blue line. And offside call against the 14ers as the refs scream at them to get off. Emily gets it up to Mackenzie. Mackenzie, keeps it in play as she brings it into the zone. 14er had a little bit more speed and was able to get to that puck first. Love seeing the offense when we're on a penalty kill. 14ers are back into the zone with Emily and Millie. Oh my gosh. Puck was still loose as Maddie got crushed as girls fell on her. They blew the whistle though. We'll take it. We're down to 1:06 on the clock and the rest of the game is going to be on the penalty kill. Looks like we have Harper and Mackenzie. Oh, Mackenzie's off. Harper's in. Sasha's on. Emily's in with Haley on that far side. Oh, puck got past two. Gets to Maddie. She was able to deflect with her stick. 14ers try and get the puck. And Harper steals it, takes it all the way across. She is looking for a short-handed goal. She had too much speed as she went across and drew a backhand. She gets a shot, she gets a pass up to Sasha. She gets peppered. 39 seconds left on the clock. Emily's got one as they take a shot toward goal. It's wide. Harper's going into that corner. Harper wins it. She relays it. Oh, 14er swooped in. Sasha's there to do a body block on the shot. Another shot toward goal. Harper smacked it down right before Maddie. Oh my God, a centering pass. Sasha buries it out. 13 seconds left. Haley gets across that blue line. Refs waved it off. Sasha battles it out, gets it across the line. 2 seconds, we've got this game. Let's go. Redemption for the Lady Rough Riders on the third game played against Colorado 14ers competitive team. Lots of love from the 14ers, I'm sorry, the Lady Rough Riders for Maddie. We'll be ending the stream here as soon as they finish up doing the good jobs and good game. Thanks for watching.